There is a story about a man Felix who spent his entire life climbing a ladder, desperate to reach the top. He worked hard, sacrificed sleep, relationships, and even his health, just to reach that final step. But when he finally arrived at the top, he realized the ladder was leaning against the wrong wall. It's a simple story, but it reflects something I see all the time. We are so focused on moving forward, on achieving more, on doing more, that we rarely stop to ask if what we are pursuing is truly what we need. And often, when we reach the top, we realize we've left behind the things that really matter. One of the first lessons I learned on my journey was the importance of self-reflection. Not the kind of reflection that comes at the end of the day when we're exhausted, but the kind that comes in stillness. True reflection isn't just about thinking, it's about being. In the quiet moments, when you're not chasing goals or worrying about the next task, you begin to hear something else, a deeper voice, a more honest voice. And that voice asks you the questions you might have been avoiding. Why are you doing this? What are you really searching for? I thought if I meditated longer, prayed harder, or became more disciplined, I would find enlightenment. But the harder I pushed, the further I seemed from peace. And then, one day, I stopped. I just stopped. I sat quietly by a river and simply observed the water flowing, the leaves floating by. In that stillness, I realized that peace doesn't come from striving. It comes from acceptance. Acceptance of who you are, where you are. When we are always pushing forward, we miss the beauty of the present. The river doesn't fight against the current. It flows. And in flowing, it finds its way to the ocean. In the same way, when we stop fighting against the flow of life, when we stop trying to control everything, we discover something incredible. We find peace. And in constant movement. It happens in the pauses, in the spaces between. Imagine a tree growing. It doesn't rush its growth. It takes its time, absorbing the sunlight, the rain, the nutrients from the soil. It knows that growth is a process, not a race. And so it is with us. We cannot rush our growth, emotional, spiritual, or personal. We must be patient, allowing ourselves to absorb the lessons life is offering us, even when those lessons come in the form of setbacks or challenges. Many people think that failure is a sign of weakness. But in truth, failure is the greatest teacher. Every time we fail, we are given an opportunity to learn something new about ourselves. Perhaps the most important lesson of all is resilience, the ability to get back up, to keep moving forward, not out of desperation, but with a renewed sense of purpose. I once met a man who had experienced great loss. He had lost his job, his home, and even his family. He came to the monastery, broken and defeated. And yet, after some time here, I noticed something remarkable. He began to smile again, to laugh, to find joy in the simplest of things. When I asked him what had changed, he told me, I stopped chasing what I thought I needed and started appreciating what I already have. We are often so busy chasing what we think will make us happy, that we overlook the happiness that's already available to us. We think happiness lies in the next promotion, the next achievement, the next milestone. But happiness is not something to be found. It's something to be created in the here and now. It's in the connections we nurture, the kindness we show, the gratitude we cultivate. I ask you, what are you chasing? And what are you missing in the process? Is the ladder you're climbing leaning against the right wall? If you stop for a moment, and truly reflect, you might find that what you're seeking is not out there. It's right here. Inside you. In this very moment. Remember, life is not a race. It's a journey. And the most important steps are often the ones we take when we pause, reflect, and listen to the quiet wisdom within. Take a moment today to stop, breathe, and ask yourself what truly matters. And are you giving it the attention? Reflect. Grow. Be present. Subscribe for more wisdom and stories that inspire mindful living. Subscribe to join this journey of reflection and mindfulness. Let's walk this path together, with peace in our hearts and purpose in our steps.